Hey, this is Joe from Presonus, and today we're going to talk about triggering guitar pedals inside of Ampire. I love my pedal board down here. I love recording through amps. I love stomping pedals on and off. It's fun. But sometimes it's so easy and simple, and I get really cool tones just by plugging into my interface and using Ampire as my guitar rig. I can dial in a bunch of different amps, and I can also dial in a bunch of different pedals. The problem you'll run into is maybe you want to stomp a pedal on and off, right? I've got a song I want to track here soon. Drummer's coming in. I need to lay down some guitars for him to play along to. And I'd love to just do it in one take. The problem is I have 3 different sounds that I want. I've got the core sound of the song, then I've got a sound with a pitch shifter on there that adds a 5th, and then I've got a solo sound that boosts the volume with a compressor and adds in delay. Rather than starting recording and stopping, I would much rather just set it up to where someone else hits those pedals on and off for me. I've always been fascinated when you watch those rig rundowns on YouTube of these big monster guitar players, and a lot of them, or at least some of them, have a guitar tech who does the switching. So they may have a pedal board that's simplified where they can switch between things, but if they're away from the board, they got a tech backstage who just stomps on the different pedals for them, which is just crazy and super cool. I'll probably never have that, but Studio One becomes my guitar tech in this situation. Let me show you. So here's a session with Ampire pulled up. I've dialed in the tones that I want. If this looks different to you, this is our new high density pack that came out recently. Got some really cool amps. This one is my new favorite, the Pineapple number 4. If you don't have this, you can purchase it in our shop, or if you're a Presonus Sphere member, this is included with your membership. So I've dialed in a very cool tone, and then I want to do some automation. The name of the game here is automation. If we're recording a song to a click track, to a set tempo, then that chorus is happening, or that solo is happening at the same time every time, so we can automate those pedals to go on and off. By the way, if you're wanting to do something like this where you want to see the automation lanes and see the plugin, Ampire is a fairly big plugin if you have a small monitor. You may not know this, but both in Ampire and in our Fat channel, you can hide things to make it easier to get around. So for example, I don't need to see that top amp and cabinet now that I've selected my tone. This is a lot easier to work with. So real quick, here is the core tone that I'll be playing for the majority of the song. And one of the new pedals in our pedal board is this pitch shifter. You've seen this before. A lot of cool sounds in there. One that I love and I've used before is just to move everything up a 5th. So whatever I play, if I'm playing a B, it adds an F sharp. If I'm playing a B and an F sharp, it adds an F sharp and a C sharp, creating sort of a 9 chord, kind of a dissonant sort of thing. Here's how it sounds. I'll start off by playing 1 note, then I'll kick the pedal on, and you can hear that it's now producing 2 notes. Then I'll play 2 notes and then kick the pedal on, and you'll hear it's really making 3 notes. Here's what that sounds like. So when you're adding that extra 5th, you can get a some really cool riffs and tones you can't get with just your fingers. That riff would sound like this without the pedal. So I only play that tone in the intro and the turnaround after the chorus. Every other time I just need the straight tone, and then after the last chorus there's a solo section that goes into a bridge, and I need to flip on this dual compressor pedal and this delay pedal because here is my solo tone. Ideally, I'd like that to kick on just during the solo section. So how do I go about turning these effects on and off? It's actually really simple. Let me show you how to do it. First, we need to set up markers just just makes it really easy where the changes need to happen. So cues for when we need to switch from the plain tone to the shifted tone. So I've named them shift, plain, and then solo is over here to the right. So now I know where in time it needs to happen. So I have that first. Next, open up the plugin, which is Ampire in this case, and click on the parameters that we want to control. In this case, I just want to turn these on and off. So I'm just going to right click on this on off button and hit edit automation. And what you'll see is now we have an automation lane for that particular plugin. So let's do it again with this button here. We'll turn that one on and we'll right click here and hit edit automation. So now if we look at all of our automation for this channel, we'll now see 1, 2, 3. Okay, and as we adjust these, as we just click the pedals inside of Ampire, you'll see these go from all the way up, which is on, all the way down is off. So it's a binary either or. It's either on or it's off. And now we can draw that in wherever we want. So this first one here, this is the pitch shifter, I believe. So let's call that shift. The second one is the compressor. And then that one has delay in the title already. So now, if I say I want the pitch shift for this section here, I can select it with my range tool, hold the range tool up in the upper portion of that selection, click and drag up, and now bam, that pedal will now automatically turn on at measure 39. See, it just turned on. The light came on right there, and at the end, it's gonna turn off. Just like that. Now we're back to our plain tone. Here for this riff right here, this is where I just wanna have that shifted tone for just a second. So I'm gonna just select this section and turn that on. So now when I play this little riff, I need that pitch shifter on, but then I need it to go back to normal in this section. Easy enough, right? Now for this solo section, I wanna kick on the compressor and the delay. So we're gonna automate both of those. And it goes to... to bar 85. So here's the compressor starting right here and the delay. Notice how I've selected over both of those properties. Now I can click and drag both and they both go up. So we can see both of these will now kick on. If we hit play, I'll mute the audio. You can just see this little light is gonna go on, this little light goes on, and then this one's gonna go on right at bar 77. 3, 2, 1, bam. Look at that. I have essentially created my own guitar tech. So what does that mean? What's the practical application of this? I hope I've made that clear. If not, I'm going to hit play, I'm going to hit record, and I'm going to play along to this song. And as we hit each of these changes in the automation here, it's going to change with me, and I can continue to play. Hands and brain are free to just play the guitar. I don't have to dance with my feet on pedals. I don't have to get some sort of a third-party MIDI pedal controller to kick these on and off, which is certainly an option. But if I'm in the studio, maybe I know where it's going to happen, and once I establish that, I can just go. So that's what I'm going to do here. So let's try it. I'm going to hit play or hit record, and we're going to try to record this whole part with the tones changing for me. They're not something to believe in, but they're beautiful. I need to find the ceiling. I need to be content. I'm on something. Yeah, I'm on something. go. Bad playing aside, now you see exactly how you can use the pedals inside of Ampire in a real-world recording session without having to start and stop to switch your presets. You can play all the way through just like you would in a normal show. It's really fun and can be really challenging, of course, but it's nice to not have to dance on the pedal board while you're doing it. All right, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and check out our channel for other cool videos. See ya.